Hi everybody, so I'm back to finish up this jewelry haul. I mentioned that I wanted to share my garnet display, and this is how I currently have it set up in my curio cabinet. This is probably not its final form. I'm still playing with it, but I do have some really beautiful garnet brooches. I have a beaded garnet necklace that I have layered up here, so this is how I'm currently displaying my Bohemian garnet pieces, so I just thought I would share that with you before we dive into the rest of the jewelry. So first up, I do want to share this really beautiful turquoise and sterling silver ring. Now this was my birthday gift from my mom, so I absolutely love it. I love the teardrop shape, and she had gone on a trip to Arizona recently, and she picked this up there from a shop, and I think it is beautiful. Let's flip it around here. It is signed TM on the inside, so I'm not familiar with that maker, but it is a beautiful piece of turquoise, and I really do love it. I have a little collection of these wooden mouse pins. I think this is maybe my third or fourth one, and I just think they're really adorable and so charming, and they're usually $1 or $2 at a thrift store or an antique store, and that is where I found this one. He has his little leather ears and tail, and here is what his pin looks like. His little green eyes. I just think they're adorable. I love them. I've mentioned before that I used to have pet rats. I had them for many, many years, and I really loved them as pets. They're very, very sweet animals. So I do like these little pins, and I have a tiny collection of them. And then I found this beautiful pair of marcasite and pearl earrings. It also has some CZs. And when I flipped them around, you can see inside here, they are marked sterling and JJ. So these are actually a pair of Judith Jack earrings, and I know that her pieces are very, very collectible. I am gonna list these on Poshmark, I believe. Really beautiful pair of earrings, and they have that antique, almost deco look about them, but they are a bit more contemporary than that. Really, really beautiful though. And I forgot to grab this pin yesterday when I was sharing all of the $2 little pins I found. This was also in that little bowl, and this is a little souvenir hiking pin from Innsbruck, which I believe is in Austria. And I just thought it was really, really adorable. You have these little enameled charms, and I think it's just silver tone, but it's in really, really nice condition. It almost looks new, to be honest with you. Just thought it was sweet and interesting. And here we have an incredible brooch. This one is quite large, and I believe that this is carnelian, and it has some gorgeous etching around the frame, set in sterling, I believe. And here is what the back looks like. It is not marked anywhere for sterling, but I believe that it is. We have our tube hinge and our C-clasp. I just really liked the size of this one. It really is quite large, and I thought it was beautiful. Probably, I think this is carnelian. It could be an agate. I think it is carnelian though. Beautiful, love the size. Now this teeny tiny piece is probably the thing I was most excited about on this entire tray. But to be honest with you, I really had no idea what it was when I got it. I thought it was a Victorian mourning brooch, but when I purchased it, I didn't realize the size of it. So this was found online, and when it arrived, I was so surprised at how tiny this little piece was. So I had to do some research on it, and I will let you know what I discovered. But also, on the very back, it has this beautiful engraving. On the back here, it is engraved with a name, and then it does have 2 different dates. So it looks like it says OB 26th June, 1813. October 18th. So when I saw that date, I realized that this may be older than Victorian, and I think that it is Georgian. I think that it was probably made in 1813. So I think that this is 9-karat gold, and I don't know what the black stones are, but they're definitely some sort of hand-faceted stone. We have this little glass or crystal window that holds some plaited hair. And I was absolutely fascinated by this piece, and I had to do some more research. So, you know, like I said, I expected this to be a normal size brooch, but when it arrived and it was so tiny, I knew there had to be more to the story, and I didn't know what it was used for. But what I've discovered is that these were fichu pins, so F-I-C-H-U, and they were little pieces of sentimental jewelry. apparently these were given for all sorts of reasons, typically for sentimental reasons. So they were often used as mourning pieces, but they also could be symbolic of love or from a mother to a child, and they would hold a piece of your loved one's hair. So it was really just a way to keep a person who was important in your life close to you, and I guess they were very, very popular and given often. So this is a new thing for me. I didn't know what this was, and now I'm certainly going to be on the lookout for these because I think they're fascinating. And the fact that this is over 200 years old is absolutely incredible, I think. And the fact that it has survived and is in such beautiful condition, I think it's amazing. I think this is absolutely incredible. So much story and history in this tiny little piece of jewelry, and I think it is absolutely fascinating. Love to learn more about this type of jewelry, and it's something I'm certainly going to be looking into a little further. And this one I am not too sure of, so I picked it up because I thought that it could be Bakelite. We are missing some of the rhinestones, as you can see here, which didn't bother me too much. It looks like those were just glued on, could certainly be replaced if I wanted to do that. But I loved the figural duck. I thought it was pretty adorable. Here is what the back of this pin looks like. And you know what? I'm not sure if this is Bakelite though. I tried to test it and it is not coming up as Bakelite, so maybe it is more of a Fakelite piece. Maybe it is just some sort of acrylic, but it does have the look of that, you know, tortoiseshell Bakelite. They definitely made pieces that looked like this, but this might just be some sort of replica. I don't know. I know that certain colors and types of Bakelite don't always test positive with Simichrome. That's what I used to try and test this. So not sure. It was only a few dollars, so I really kind of just took a risk on it, and I think he's pretty adorable anyway. I have heard that certain colors don't test as well. I don't know if this is one of them, but yeah, I did find this one. I also grabbed this beautiful faceted crystal necklace with these really large graduated beads. We have a spring ring. I have quite a few of these. I am really drawn to them. I think they're beautiful. It does have the tiny little spacer beads in between. I do believe that this is glass and not rock crystal. When I find these out, I do try to pick the ones that are cold to the touch, that have the potential to be rock crystal. I've really only found 2 pieces that have turned out to be rock crystal out of all of these types of necklaces, but I do think they're gorgeous. I love the faceted beads. They're so sparkly and shiny. And when I find them for a good price, whether they're glass or crystal, I do tend to pick them up. And then here's a tiny little sterling spoon that I found. I don't normally pick up flatware pieces, but I liked this one because it was hallmarked. And there are markings down here. Let's see if I can get that the right way for you. So down here, we have the sterling hallmarks, and I just thought it was sweet. Probably, I don't know, maybe for like a salt or something. It's definitely a small size spoon, but I thought this had a beautiful handle, kind of a simple design. And then I found this really beautiful set of sterling pieces. So they were selling this all together as one lot, and I want to say it was 25, something like that. And I thought that was actually a really nice deal because these are all sterling silver. So you have the brooch here, which is really beautiful, but it is marked sterling on that little cartouche down there. And it has these beautiful blue moonstone-like cabochons. I believe that they're just glass. I am by no means an expert on moonstone, but I think these are glass and not genuine. However, they're really, really beautiful. And then it did come with these matching earrings, also marked sterling. And they included these ones in that little lot as well. So I don't know if these would have originally come. To me, these seem to go a little bit better. I think that these, they just included because they were similar, also marked sterling. So just a beautiful set of vintage moonstone-esque cabochon pieces. Really, really beautiful, I thought. I did find this more contemporary sterling silver necklace in the costume jewelry section. So when I find sterling for a costume jewelry price, I do tend to pick it up. And I thought this one was actually very adorable. You have these little bees on a stationed sterling chain. They have little CZs in the wings. I just thought it was sweet. And there is a lobster clasp that is marked for sterling right inside on the little lever there. But yeah, just a beautiful bee necklace. The bees are also marked 925 on the back. So I was happy to pick that up for a few dollars. Then we have these really fun earrings. These are sterling. And these are some sort of tribal, I don't know if this would be considered a kachina. I need to do some more research into my native pieces. It's not something that I really collect, but I do come across them. And when I come across them for a good price, I do pick them up. And I thought these were adorable. They are marked sterling right here. I don't know if the screwbacks are sterling, but these little figural dangles are, and I think they're really, really cool. I also picked up these very interesting modernist looking earrings. They do look like sterling silver to me. I'm not sure if they are. They may just be a silver plate, but I thought they were interesting and I really liked the shape of them. And I think these were $1. So I just grabbed them on the off chance that they might be sterling. I do think that these might be gemstones set into them. So I will need to test those, but I just thought they were pretty cool. They looked very mid-century to me. And now here's another piece of mourning jewelry that I came across. And as I mentioned in my last video, I'm not sure what the material is here, but I do believe it is an authentic mourning jewelry linked necklace. You have these graduated links that get much larger all the way to the smaller ones up top here. And this is kind of interesting. So it does have this brass clip, but I feel like it's kind of unnecessary because I think this clip would hook right into this circular piece. So I don't know if this was added after or if the intent of this was not originally to be a necklace. I don't know, but I thought it was very, very interesting and really cool. Now, this is a fairly lightweight material. This might be jet, just because it is that really smooth type of finish, but I don't know. Need to do some more research, but you know, I'm fascinated by these mourning pieces. I think they're very interesting and beautiful, so I was happy to add this to my collection. Oh yeah, I did grab this. Now this, not something I would normally pick up, but again, when I find things in the costume jewelry sections that I think have a little bit of value, I will pick them up to list on my Poshmark closet. And this is jade. So it is a gold jade panel bracelet, and you have these multicolor pieces of beautiful jade set onto this gold tone panel bracelet. It is marked China, and there is a marking down here that I truthfully can't make out. It tests as 10 karat gold, but I think it's probably plated. Not something that I particularly collect. Really beautiful. It's in really, really beautiful condition as well. And I wish I knew what these Chinese characters meant. I do not, but they usually are for good luck or prosperity or that type of thing. So I'm sure that they have a meaning similar to that. This piece, again, I found in the costume jewelry section, and I picked it up because I noticed that the clasp was actually sterling. It is marked 925 India, and I also grabbed it because it really reminded me of some pieces that I had in my collection. So this beautiful crescent piece is set in sterling, and it has the same exact faceted beads on it. And this piece has no markings, but I think it is the same material, and I think these could be marcasite or pyrite faceted beads. This beautiful sterling silver crescent does have diamonds set into it, and I believe these were both made in India. And if you guys aren't following Jason Adams, which I feel like everyone here should be at this point, he shared a video talking about Polki diamonds recently, and it made me realize that I had some pieces that I needed to take a closer look at. So this crescent piece came in a lot with this bracelet, and I've shared this on this channel and I just wasn't sure what it was at the time. And these pieces do test as diamond, and I think that they are Polki diamonds. So I think these pieces were made in India, and we have those beautiful rough cut diamonds set into it, and this piece is sterling. And I was just so confused at why this piece was on a beaded, wooden beaded bracelet. But yeah, I think this is a piece from India and really, really beautiful. I was really happy to learn what it really was. So thank you, Jason. Definitely go check out his video if you want to learn more about these types of stones. He has a beautiful collection of them. So yeah, I grabbed this one just because it reminded me of this piece that I do already have, and I think they're all made in India. And finally, I have this beautiful little brooch here, and this is some type of glazed ceramic or pottery. Here is what the back looks like. It does have a tube hinge and a C clasp, and this is sterling. And when I Google lensed this, because I did not recognize it, what comes up is Ruskin pottery, which looks like it is a very collectible thing. However, this is not marked anywhere, so I don't know if that's what this is. That is just what I have found that looks very, very similar in listings online. So I would love to know if you guys know. I just thought it was beautiful. Look at the colors of the glaze on this piece. It's really beautiful. So yeah, I don't know. I also picked up this tray. The tray was only $4 and I absolutely love these trays. Not only do I like to use them in these videos, I do use them in my displays. I'd love to put little collections of jewelry in them and kind of have them displayed in different areas of my house. I think they're beautiful. So I was happy to grab that little tray as well. Now I think I've shared everything on the, oh no, there's one other piece. So I did find this Tiffany Loving Heart ring in sterling silver. This is a very popular Tiffany design. It is a Paloma Picasso piece. You can see that signature. Also has the Tiffany stamping on the other side. So just a classic sterling silver Tiffany design, a very popular piece. I have sold many of these back when I used to work at Tiffany, and yeah, always a really popular design. So I was excited to find this one. They did not realize what this was. It was heavily tarnished, so you really couldn't see the markings inside. But yeah, a beautiful Tiffany ring. I think I paid $25 for this, so definitely a score, and was happy to find this one. Okay, so I think that is everything on the tray today. I just wanted to finish up this haul and share it with you. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if you had a favorite piece from this portion of the haul, and I will see you in the next one.